and still sleep. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Fuck You Friday. This has to be my favorite masterclass of the week, and it is all based on the teachings of my book, Girl Fuck You. This is a self empowerment guide, by the way. Now, we always start our classes with what? A reading of his word. So, if I can get somebody to pick a page number between 10 and 170, that'll work. I need somebody to pick a page number between 10 and 170, and we will read from what? Girl Fuck You, available on Amazon. Well, I need one person. Give me a number between 10 and 170. What we doing? 70, 79. Okay, I feel like we've been in the 70s here recently. And I got this jacket on so y'all can see. Hold on. I think we did 79 recently. If not, I'm gonna go with 66. Uh No, we haven't. With page number 79, we're going to read another one before we leave. Okay, page 79. If you have your book, we are in chapter 5, Girl Fuck Your Limits. Let me introduce myself. Please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Coach Misty, and I am your identity strategist. I am an author. I am a life coach and an overall bad bitch. All right, and I am here to help you hoes decide who you going to be. Okay? We're not about to find out who you gonna be, okay? Because you done already fucked around and found out with life as it is. We're gonna decide who you wanna be. And the first thing is saying, girl, fuck you to that person who you been the last 20 years, okay? That hoe got to go. Okay? All right. So someone said page 79, we are in chapter 5, lesson 4. This is your discomfort zone is sacred ground. Let's get into it. You have made a home in the predictable. You go to the same places, you have the same conversations, you entertain the same kind of men, the same tired patterns, the same self soothing excuses. It's not because you're boring, it's because your nervous system got addicted to what it could anticipate. But guess what, Buttercup? A breakthrough doesn't happen in a comfort zone. A breakthrough shows up in the wild. Bitch, take a sip. I said a breakthrough shows up in the wild. I just told somebody today. I'm gonna get back to the book. I just told one of my coaching clients today. I said, bitch, you about that. You either gonna have a breakdown or a breakthrough. And you know what the difference between a breakdown and a breakthrough is? Both of them require you to lose your shit. The breakdown is uncontrollable. Breakdown happens. It's uncontrollable. You can't control it. You don't have no control of your life. A breakthrough is this that's when you plan your crazy. The breakthrough is when you plan the crazy. A breakdown is when crazy plan you. That's how that shit work. Good morning. Hmm? A good morning. You either gonna have a breakdown or a breakthrough, but bitch, you about to lose your mind. You can't keep going in the same fact in the same way that you're going. Something gonna happen. Okay, one you control and the other one controls you. Amen. Amen. Mhm. Mm, that hit. Let's get back to the book. I'm gonna say this again. A breakthrough doesn't happen in a comfort zone. A breakthrough shows up in the wild, in the unfamiliar, the inconvenience, in the uncomfortable. Think about every major blessing that changed your life. The question was it easy? Huh? Was that blessing easy? Was that blessing smooth? Was it risk free? I'm gonna answer for you. Hell no, it wasn't, right? But you survived it. And you didn't just survive, you shifted. You became more of yourself. And that's what elevation demands: a stretch, a release, a decision. A moment where you stop asking, will this work out? And start saying, even if it doesn't, I'm still better for trying. See, comfort isn't cute, but it's a coffin. Listen, comfort is cute, but it's a coffin when you got a calling. I ain't finished reading yet. We're gonna flip the page to page 80. So the next time fear tries to keep you rooted in routine, I want you to ask yourself, is this peace or is this just protection from possibility? Because some of the things we call peace are just disguised fear of failure. You were not created to settle. You were created to evolve loudly, boldly, and unapologetically. Discomfort isn't punishment, it's preparation. May this reading be a blessing to his word. Welcome in. My name is Coach Misty, and this is what Girl Fuck You. Today's lesson, the day what we're gonna talk about is we're gonna talk about how to stop explaining yourself. Girl, fuck explaining yourself. Welcome in. Happy Friday. What's up, Buttercups? Now, before we get started, I'm gonna tell you what type of fucking Friday this is. You understand me? This is not a let's feel good and let's feel good and just a scroll type of Friday. This is the cut the fat Friday. You understand me? Cut the fat. Because tonight or this morning, we are talking about something that is quietly destroying your peace. We are talking about something that is fucking up your confidence and your authority, and you don't even realize it. And that thing is what? Explaining yourself. Huh? Explaining yourself. Why you take this way to work and not that way? Explaining yourself. What made you cut your hair off? Explaining yourself. Why you leave old boy? He was a provider. Explaining yourself. Now, here's the deal. I'm not talking about communicating. I'm not talking about clarifying. What I'm talking about is just straight explaining. This is the kind of explaining you do when you already know your answer, but you don't trust yourself enough to stand on it without permission. This is the kind of explaining you do so people won't be mad at you. You over explain. Huh? Yeah. So listen, this is what you do so people won't misunderstand you. You break things down to the level you think they'll understand when they'll never understand because they ain't on your level. My God, what are we doing here? Right? This is the type of explaining you do so they won't think that you are mean. Today's class is called Girl Fuck Explaining Yourself. And I want to be very clear. This is not about being rude. This is about being rooted. Because women who know who they are don't over explain, they decide. I'm going to say this again. Women who know who they are don't over explain, they decide. Take a sip. How many of y'all ready to make a pimp decision? How many of y'all ready to make a pimp decision right now? Tapping is clapping, sharing is caring. How many of y'all ready to make a pimp decision right now? Hmm? I ain't see nobody in the comments, so I'm going to keep moving. Malika said me. Thank you, Malika. I ain't see nobody else type nothing. Oh, okay. Shay Law said me. I was just checking. If you've ever rehearsed a conversation in your head for 30 minutes just to say no, I already know who the fuck in the room tonight. And we're going to get into it. So, first of all, let's establish something fundamental. If you've never been to one of my master classes, again, my name is Coach Misty. I am an author, look, a talented author at that. I am a certified life coach, identity strategist, and overall bad bitch. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to teach you something. We have a system here called the I do, we do, you do, meaning I'm going to give you the background information on what we're talking about this morning. Then we're going to do an exercise together. I'm going to ask you some questions that you can answer in the comments. And then I'm going to give you some homework to implement today, not tomorrow, not the next day, but today. Now I'm going to say this to say that. It is we need 25 people. I know we need 26 people to send the ice cream cone over here to keep this class on public and not go private. 26 people to send the ice cream cone. We have a flash go every day. We are going to work as a unit to show TikTok that we are engaged. Not one bitch sending 26 cones. We need 26 different people to go ahead and hit it. I will put that thing back up again if we do not meet our goal, just like today or any other day. The class goes private and it'll only be for my super fans. Let's get into it. Now, like I said, like I promised you, I'm going to establish something foundational, right? Over explaining is not just a personality trait, it's a trauma response. Let's go ahead and get that straight right now. Over explaining is not a personality trait, it is a trauma response. You did not wake up one day and say, I love to be exhausted by conversations. You didn't say that. You didn't put that on your fucking bucket list. I would love to be tired from explaining myself to people who don't matter. You learned this. You learn that your no caused conflict. You learn that your preference disappointed people. You learn that choosing yourself came with consequences. So you adapted, huh? You learn to soften your decisions. You also learn to give reasons. And you learn to justify your boundaries so people would accept them. And here's the part that nobody tells you. When you explain yourself, you are unconsciously asking for approval. I'm going to say this again. When you explain yourself, whether it's at home, whether it's in your marriage, with your parents, with your siblings, with your children, at your job, with a friend, with a stranger, when you explain yourself, you are unconsciously asking for approval. You are saying, please agree with my decision so I can feel okay about it. Yeah. And I want you to know that authority does not operate in that way. See, authority, when a person walks in authority, they don't explain. And I didn't say you had to be a boss. I never said you had to be a boss. I said walking in authority. You can be, I am what I like to call a servant leader. You understand me? I serve the people, but I still walk in my authority. I'm gonna walk in my authority whether I am serving people or it's just me and me and the TV. I'm still in my authority. I'm going to say this: authority doesn't explain, authority informs. I want you to think about it. See, God does not explain why the door closed, He just closes it. What would you think of God if God came to you and said, hey, girl? Hey, how you doing? Good morning. All right, so this relationship you got going on is really wearing you down. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that you find out that he got a baby on the way, because I know that's the one thing that's gonna make you leave him. So we're gonna go ahead and close that door. What would you think of God if God came to you with that? Huh? Does God come to you and say, listen, you don't like that job and that job don't like you. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them fire you today because you're really supposed to start a business. Okay, okay, girl. God doesn't send memos. Hmm? God doesn't explain why the door closed, He just closes it, right? A CEO, let me go ahead and do real world. A CEO doesn't gather the whole company to debate every decision. They decide and people adjust. When the last time the CEO of your company came to you and said, hey, I want to talk to you. We thinking about closing down an apartment. What's your opinion? Absolutely not. That doesn't happen. You find out about it through HR, right? So the question is, if God is not holding these conversations with you, if God is not bargaining with you, if the CEO at your company is not asking, if not coming to you for your opinion on things or over explaining, why are you holding town hall meetings for your boundaries? Hmm? And before you be like, well, I'm just trying to be kind. I just want to be sweet to people. No, listen, that's not kindness. That's insecurity in a business casual outfit. And we're going to go ahead and start working on that shit today. Now, let me go ahead and take another sip before we get into what explaining yourself actually cost you. I need to talk to y'all about that. What explaining yourself actually cost you, right? So let's get into it. Every time you over explain, you leak power. Hmm? Every time you over explain, you leak power. Every time you over explain, you teach people that boundaries are negotiable. Every time you say no and a person say why and you explain to them why you said no, whether it's a child, whoever it is, you are teaching them that you are waver. You really don't stand on business. Every time you explain, you teach people that if they push long enough, you will bend, right? Or you teach people that your no might turn into a yes with the right argument. And then you wonder why you're tired. And then you wonder why when certain people call you, you just be like, I can't take this. You wonder why you sit in your room and don't do nothing. You look at the four walls. Then you wonder why you segregate yourself from your family. You over explaining. You're tired because you are carrying emotional labor that doesn't belong to you. You are tired because you keep trying to manage other people's feelings instead of managing your standards. And I want you to get ready for the hard truth. So go ahead and brace yourself, put your seatbelt on. People who benefit from your lack of boundaries will always demand explanations. My God. I'm gonna put the book down. I'm gonna say this so now we can get this out in the open. People who benefit from your lack of boundaries will always demand explanations. So if you have that one child, when you tell them no and they say, well, why? Why? That's why. You know why? Because they know that you don't have boundaries with them. They are already aware. They could be 2 or 22. They are already aware. You understand me? The people at your job, when they come to ask you to work overtime, why you think they always come and ask you to work? Because you got a good work ethic? No, because they know if they come and ask you, they know that you're not gonna sign up when you see the overtime list. But if they come and ask you one on one, you can swear it down, girl. I'm not doing overtime. I'm not fucking with it today. I'm going home. But if they come and ask you one on one, they know you're not gonna tell them no. So again, people who benefit from your lack of boundaries will always demand explanations. And if you tell somebody no in the workplace and they say why, they don't respect you. Here's the deal. You think people ask you questions because they want clarity. And I used to think that too. And that's why I would over explain certain things, especially to my children or my loved ones, because I was like, well, maybe they're just seeking clarity, so let me go ahead and tell them why. No, it's not that they want clarity, they want access. That's what that is. What they're looking for is a loophole. They understand why the fuck you said no. They would have said no. Okay. They looking for a loophole. They looking for a way to get in and twist the argument around to benefit them. And explaining gives them one. This is why some of y'all feel drained after conversations that should have lasted 30 seconds. Huh? Yeah. Huh? Now, are y'all still with me? Yes, no, maybe so. Are we still here together or can we be friends? All right, y'all. We still looking for 17 more people to send that ice cream cone or this class goes private. Let's get it. Let's go. 17. If you brand new, welcome in. Go ahead and click that button. Send the ice cream cone. Welcome in. That's your admission. Huh? That's your admission to the shit show is the ice cream cone. Admission to the shit show. What I'm giving you is gonna change your life. Ice cream cone is a penny. Welcome to the shit show. That's your mission. Let's get it. Let's go. We're going to talk about identity shifts, right? I want to talk to you about where the shift happens, right? And this is where some of y'all are going to feel uncomfortable, but in a good way. See, you don't need to be understood to be correct. Let me say this again. Let me help y'all shift y'all identities today. I want y'all to implement this shit today. You don't need to be understood to be correct. Okay? I'm going to say it again slower. You don't need to be understood to be correct. I'm going to come over here to TikTok. You don't need to be understood to be correct. One more time over here. You don't need to be understood to be correct. See, you have been operating like understanding equals respect, and it doesn't. You think if people understand you, then they'll respect you. That has nothing to do with anything. See, standards create respect, consistency creates respect, self trust creates respect. Explaining yourself is what you do when you don't fully trust your own authority yet. So today, we are upgrading your identity. Y'all okay with that? Today, we are upgrading your identity. You are no longer the woman who explains. I want you to put it in a comment. I no longer explain. Go ahead and type that. Let's go ahead and get that going right now. Put in the comments. I no longer explain. You can go put it on your Facebook if you need to. I no longer explain, and that's it. And don't even explain why you posted it. I dare some of y'all to make a video today and say I no longer explain. Hashtag girl F you. I no longer explain. I want you to go and put that shit on your TikTok. I no longer explain. That's it. And people are like, what you mean by that? See the post, bitch. I no longer explain. I'm not even going to explain why I no longer explain. Why is my decision no longer to explain something to you a fucking problem? You see what I'm saying? I no longer explain. That's what we doing. I no longer explain. All right, y'all. You still looking for 12 people to go ahead and send that ice cream cone for the TikTok flash goal, or we going to go ahead and make this class private. I no longer explain. Also, I want you to say this. I'm not available. I'm not available. How can you say that when somebody be like, girl, can you? I'm not available. How many people feel pressure to tell somebody when somebody in your family or your homegirl call you and ask you to do something and you know you don't feel like getting out the house? How many of y'all feel pressure to go into why you don't want to do it? Why I can't come outside? Why I can't run you to the store? Why I can't watch my grandkids? But no, I'm not available. Huh? See how that sound coming out your mouth? Say it right now. I'm not available. Girl, let's practice. Let's have a little practice. Hey girl, I was wondering if you could come out to da 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 da. I'm not available. I'm not available. What? I'm not available. That's it. Huh? Listen, I'm not available. Or let me tell you something. Here's another one. I'm about to help y'all with this verbiage. I've chosen differently. Oh, you decided not to come. I've chosen differently. Huh? You ever decide to do something, you ever change your mind and somebody want to know why you changed your mind, and then you go into why you changed your mind, and now it didn't turn into a fucking TED talk because now you got a whole presentation on why the fuck you changed your mind when the person that asking you wasn't in control of shit. No way. I've just chosen differently. I've chosen differently. Hmm. I decided to go another route. That's my good one. I decided to go another route. I did. I decided to go another route. Hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, I decided to go another route. Yeah. Or that doesn't work for me. Right? You see that? That doesn't work for me. Oh, can you? That doesn't work for me. And be quiet. There is power in silence. Some of y'all talk too fucking much. There is power in silence. Let me tell you something. You will make people scramble and you will get more of what you want if you just shut the fuck up. Say what you're gonna say and shh. Huh? That doesn't work for me. That's it. That doesn't work for me. I want you to lean in with the shit. That doesn't work for me. Yeah. Just be quiet. Right? That's your authority right there when you shut up. When you be quiet and you say what you're gonna say and shh, that's authority. That doesn't work for me. See, there's no more apology tours, no more paragraphs. Bitch, you not a Leah. God rest her soul. You not writing a 3-page letter. There's no emotional dissertation. Silence after a boundary is not rude, it's complete. I just told you, be quiet. Shh. And if someone is offended by your clarity, it's because they were benefiting from your confusion. My God, listen, the way I want to hit this button, I got me a new button, y'all. Cardinal gonna kill me. Wrong answer. I got a new button, bitch. We'll play with this later. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna say this again. If someone is offended by your clarity, if someone is offended by your sentence, if someone is offended by your silence, it's because they were benefiting from your confusion. When you are a bumbling, rambling fool, they were benefiting from it because they knew you didn't stand on business. You said one thing and did another. Like I'll say, you talking out the side of your motherfucking neck. Now, listen, y'all, we have one more minute before this class goes private. If you are not a super fan, member, you can join by clicking the little orange heart. It's $9.99. With this class is gonna go private because 12 raggedy bitches decided they didn't want to send an ice cream cone. Crazy work to me, but that's neither here nor there. All right. So I hope y'all get something. I'm gonna start the we do portion, right? This is the real world application. I'm gonna go ahead and start that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and start that right now. We're gonna go ahead and get practical. Okay, because I don't teach theory without application. We're going to go ahead and get practical. In relationships, explaining keeps you stuck. Let me say that to say that. And we about to go ahead and make this class private in 20 seconds. In relationships, explaining keeps you stuck. You tell a man why you're unhappy instead of leaving, right? You explain your needs instead of enforcing standards. And that's why you are 20 years later, you're in the same fucking relationship with the same nigga with the same problems. Nothing has changed. You know why? All right, y'all. Again, listen, I want to thank the people who actually did send something. I appreciate y'all. If you are not a super fan, this will be your time to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and change it into a super fan live. You'll be able to access the class for another 60 seconds before signing up for $9.99. I've never seen no shit like this before in my fucking life. I swear to God. Cheese the fuck Louise. Hold on, y'all. Let me go ahead. Nope, I don't want to do that. Let me go ahead and turn this into a super fan only live. All right. And there that is. All right. Hey, listen, you got to stand on something. You got to stand on business if you don't stand on nothing else. Let me tell you something. I would rather have 35 people in here that fuck with me than have 100 people in here that don't. I'd rather have 10 people in here that support the vision, that say I'm going to go ahead and gift her this one penny. What the fuck I'm gonna do with an ice cream cone? 35 of them, nothing. So normally I'll be like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. A lot of people will look at the numbers and be like, oh shit, my number got over to 100 people. I'm gonna keep no, fuck all that. I'm standing on business every day. Every motherfucking day, I'm standing on business. Every day. Every day. I stand on business. See, if I waver, then I'm a joke. I stand on business every day. The information I give is much more than any TikTok gift could ever bring. I stand on business every day. So, bitch, if you can't help me, I can't help you. Stay blessed. Or you go watch me on YouTube because I'm monetized and I get paid for views over there. Either way, you gonna give it up. Now, let's talk about it again. When you explaining your relationships, it keeps you stuck in a toxic cycle, right? Because and you tell somebody why you're unhappy. I'm unhappy because you do this. I'm unhappy because you do that instead of just fucking leaving, right? And you explain your needs instead of enforcing standards. Now, at work, let's talk about this shit at work because over explaining happens in a lot of different arenas. At work, explaining keeps you underpaid. Uh oh. I'm going to say this again. At work, explaining keeps you underpaid, right? You justify why you deserve rest. You over communicate your value to people who already know it. Uh-huh. And then what they do, they give you a pat on the back, but they don't give you a fucking raise. In family dynamics, this one is deep. Explaining keeps you emotionally trapped. You keep defending decisions that you've already made, right? You keep asking grown people to validate your adulthood when you keep explaining yourself and your family, right? I want you to know that people who respect you don't need explanations. People who truly respect you, when you say no, that's that, and they, hey girl, let's move on. You got it. That's how you know somebody respect you. If you are questioning if your kids respect you, tell them no and see, well, why you say that, mama? Why you say no? Now, some things we can go ahead and attribute to kids just being kids. They 9, 10, 11 years old, but you got to train them right now. You got to train them kids now. Okay, because if you don't train them now, they're gonna be 22, 23, 24. Talking about, well, why you say no? What you mean no? You understand me? People who respect you don't need explanations. People who don't respect you will never be satisfied with what you have to say. You hear me? People who don't respect you will never be satisfied with what you have to say. So stop auditioning for understanding. There is nothing. Let me tell you something. If you say no and a person questions your no, there is nothing you can tell that person for them to see it your way because they never saw themselves losing. You understand what I'm saying? They never saw themselves losing. They never saw themselves being on the losing end of the stick. So you sitting up here trying to make this case study as to why you said no. And the question is, you just are at this point, you just wasting breath. You just talking to be talking because they never saw themselves on that losing end of the stick. Nothing you say is going to matter. All right. All right. So listen, the thing that we're talking about now, right? The how to fuck explaining yourself and all that good stuff is the exact reason why I wrote the book Girl Fuck You, right? It's the exact reason why I wrote this book. Not because I wanted to shock people, right? But because women needed permission. You needed permission to stop being everybody's doormat. You needed permission to stop being everybody's go-to. You needed permission to stop being the strong one. So see, the title of the book is Girl Fuck You, not because I'm want to tear women down or I'm talking crazy to other women of color. Girl, fuck you. We're saying fuck you to all the things that's held you back. Sometimes you just got to go stand in the mirror and be like, hey, fear, fuck you. Huh? Over explaining, fuck you. Okay, excuses, fuck you. Procrastination, fuck you. We're not doing this no more, right? Listen, women that I came across that I've been coaching women for 5 years now. They needed permission to stop shrinking. They needed permission to stop explaining. They needed permission to stop negotiating their own lives. And this is why I went from the book to the highest self circle. You're like, well, wait a minute, bitch. We were just on the book. What is the highest self circle? The highest self circle is an identity coaching container. That's what it is. I am here to help you. Listen, I told you I'm an identity strategist. I'm here to help you with a new identity and to help positive and to manipulate your mind in a positive manner. All right. Listen, because once you stop explaining yourself, your life changes fast. Once you stop, I tell people, elevation is the loneliest ride to the top. Elevation lonely as fuck. It shouldn't be. Elevation, listen, the art of going from one floor to another is lonely. Now, when you get to that next level, hopefully you'll meet people that's on your level, right? And you'll build you another tribe. But that initial elevation, baby, that shit get hard. It's nothing worse than being in a house with people who won't talk to you. It's nothing worse than being hated for just wanting to be better. How many people ever been through that? However, people feel like your family didn't hated on you, your spouse and hated on you, your kids that people are mad at you for taking time out to do you. Ain't that crazy work? Huh? You mad because I want to be better? Elevation, listen, that initial ascent into elevation gets lonely as fuck. But here's the deal, you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. That's why I created the highest self circle. You are in a room of people who are on, listen, we are all on that elevator, that escalator together. And I am here to help guide you and coach you. I am not here to talk about your trauma and your drama. We are here to make pimp motherfucking decisions. You understand me? Again, because when you stop explaining yourself, your life changes fast. I said this, your circle gets smaller. Your circle gets smaller when you stop explaining yourself. Your circle gets smaller because once you stop explaining yourself, you don't give people leeway to go back and forth with you. You stop when you stop explaining, you stop compromising. And when you stop compromising, guess what happens? Your peace gets louder. That circle gets smaller, but that peace, it gets louder. And people who are in chaos and conflict are not going to want to be in your energy. Your energy is going to change. You're gonna be like, damn, everybody done left me, they didn't turn their back on me. No, bitch, they not attracted to you no more. And I don't mean in a sexual way, I mean in an energetic way. They no longer attracted to you. Y'all magnet ends don't meet no more because you're not operating on the same frequency no more. You understand me? Your standards become non-negotiable. And inside the circle, we don't hype you up, we reprogram you. Because see, identity comes first, and then everything else, baby girl, that follows. Huh? Now, I'm going to stop right here. And I'm going to ask you all, I'm going to let y'all do it. Would y'all like me to read? Do y'all want to pick another page out of here? Or do y'all want to come on the live and ask me some free coaching questions? Which one? Would you like me to read? Because we almost done with the class. I wasn't fucking around today. At knock it off at all. I wasn't fucking around. So do y'all want to read a little bit more? Or do you want to come on and talk about identity? Or you want to talk about over explaining? I'm here to help. I am here to help. You, as Shay said, read another page. What else? Anybody else got any vote? I'm gonna read another page. So right now, I'm gonna read another page. I'm in chapter 6. Girl, fuck your hustle. I'm in chapter 6. Girl, fuck your hustle. And this is lesson 2. It's called Flow versus Grind and how to tell who's driving. Let's talk about the difference between doing the most and moving with purpose. Come on, somebody. What's the difference between doing the most and moving with purpose? See, the grind is loud, but flow is powerful. Grind says, I can't stop, won't stop. This is exactly why when people be like, oh, you a hustler, I stop them dead in their tracks. Oh, you on the grind, bitch. I don't grind. Listen, I don't grind nothing. Hold on. Y'all, I'm back. When people be like, you on the grind, bitch, I don't grind nothing. I don't even grind up black pepper. I don't grind shit. People, oh, you on the grind, you hustle. I don't hustle because why? Grind says, I can't stop, won't stop. Flow whispers, I never had to chase. Huh? Come on, somebody. Some of y'all about to get ready. Some of y'all in grind season right now. Some of y'all about to get ready. Listen, y'all about them income taxes. You about to get some extra money. You gonna start that business you've been wanting to start and you ready to grind out. Take that shit out your mind. We not doing that. Grind has you waking up tired already. I used to grind out. I used to grind in one of my businesses when I had my cake business and I was working at the same time. But the Bible said you can't serve two masters. Huh? The Bible said you can't serve two masters. You can't have a full-time job and a full-time business. Not for real. One of them got to go. So when I had my cake business back in 2015, I was trying to serve two masters. Yeah, I was trying to make the same amount of money each one without a solid team. And I was grinding. I was sleeping in 4-hour shifts, waking up. You understand me? Now, if I sleep for 4 hours, it's because I want to, not because I had to. I was sleeping in 4-hour shifts, getting up, baking cake, going back to sleep, going to work, trying to take on cake orders, talk to clients while I'm at work, while I'm actually trying to do my job, come home, didn't have time to spend with my kids, turn my kids into indentured servants, to be honest, had them baking cake when they got home and doing this all over again at the same time, trying to deal with somebody's daddy. That was a lot. Mhm. I was grinding and getting nowhere fast. How many people feel like they grinding and getting nowhere fast? I was grinding and getting nowhere fast, right? Listen, Listen. Again, grind says, I can't stop, won't stop. Flow whispers, I never had to chase. Grind will have you waking up already tired, while flow wakes you up excited, even when the to do list ain't empty. See, for years, I didn't know the difference. I thought if I wasn't up at 5 a.m., stacking tasks, answering DMs, talking to every client, and proving myself to the internet, that I wasn't working. I wasn't worthy. And I want you to know that that's the trap. See, the grind sells you this idea that you're only valuable when you're producing. That's bullshit. I'm going to say this again. Listen, stop thinking that you're only valuable when you produce, because if you have that mentality when it comes to business, that mentality is going to bleed over into other areas of your life, like love, right? Listen, you're going to feel like I'm only valuable. Listen, some of y'all grind out in your relationships, right? You are steadily trying to prove that you are loved, that you can be loved and you are needed and you are here to be a supportive person, and you steadily grinding and ain't shit happening, right? Again, the grind tells you the idea that you're only valuable when you're producing. It teaches you that rest is laziness, right? That ease is for people with trust funds, and that this peace is earned only after your burnout badge is stamped and laminated. Bullshit. I'm gonna tell you something about flow. Flow is the truth, right? Flow is rooted in alignment and not achievement. I'm gonna say this again. When you're doing what you're supposed to do, when you are walking in your purpose, a lot of y'all don't know your purpose because you don't know who the fuck you are, but that's okay, bitch. I'm here to help. Go click the link in my bio, join the highest circle, start with your week one assignments. I'm gonna be live in that hole on Saturday. Trust and believe that. I'm gonna say this again. Flow is rooted in alignment and not achievement. It doesn't demand that you do more, it invites you to be more, right? Listen, flow invites you to be more connected, more present, more intentional, and more spiritually awake. When you are in flow, the opportunities don't feel like a struggle. See, the clients come in because you're vibrating at your highest frequency. When y'all start all these goddamn businesses, this is the listen. And I ain't even finished with this lesson. When y'all start all these motherfucking businesses based off what another bitch did. Oh, I think I'm gonna start a drug testing service because my homegirl got one and she doing good. Oh, I'm gonna start. I want to sell digital products because I be watching this lady on live and she said she made 6 figures selling digital products. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Y'all start all these. Listen, y'all start all these goddamn businesses, right? All these fucking businesses, and nothing happens. And you like, I don't understand. Why ain't nobody buying it? I'm going live. You know why? Because you grounded and you not flowing. Your energy is different. It's the you can talk to me about digital products, but bitch, I'm not moved by you because there's no emotion behind it. I don't feel your spirit in what you saying. See, when I talk about this shit right here, see, this is the thing. When you are sure of yourself, I'm gonna go back to our original lesson about girl explaining yourself. When you have chosen your identity and you walk in authority, you can listen, you can sell salt to a slug. You understand me? Because you are only gonna do what pleases you. Me, I like numbers, I like helping hoes, and I like numbers. I like helping hoes, and if I can help a hoe with some numbers, then I'm gonna do that too. I like helping people, I like numbers, and sometimes I like feeding people, but not too much. Not too much. Okay? Not too much. Not a Thanksgiving meal, bitch. I bake a cake. That's about it. Huh? I like helping people. I like numbers. I like helping people get to their next level, which include numbers. Because you're gonna get some money. You're gonna get to the next level financially, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Welcome to the highest circle. Your highest self is calling. So because I work in my flow and not my grind, people are attracted to me regardless, right? Sometimes I know when we had the little snowstorm here in Texas, my husband was like, I stayed in the bed for a whole fucking day. I'm chilling. We at home, we chilling. I stayed in bed for the whole day. And he was like, you're not gonna get up, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that. I said, no, I'm not. And he was just looking at me like, you're not missing out on money? Absolutely not. Because when I'm working in my flow, hold on, because these people are ridiculous. When I'm working in my flow, the money gonna come. I can wake up right now and check my payment, my accounts, and I done made sales even when I'm asleep. That's how you make money in your sleep. When people talk about, oh, make money in your sleep, make money in your sleep, you think because you buy into this business idea that people are just gonna be up clicking. No, you make money in your sleep because people are attracted to what the fuck you selling. Let me correct myself. You make money in your sleep because people are attracted to your energy. That means that when I'm sleeping, that somebody is thinking about Coach Misty. When I was sleep in my slumber up here with the phone on bingo, okay, snoring. laying on my back snoring, somebody thought about Coach Misty. When I wake up and see that people didn't book their 2026 readings because they about to go away on Sunday, that means that I didn't did what I'm supposed to do. I am working in my flow. I don't have to be online all goddamn day. I don't have to be texting people, hey, don't forget to this. No, we ain't doing that. People, I am in that. Listen, my energy is radiating. Okay? My energy is radiating even when I slumber. And that's how you wake up to sales. That's how you wake up. When you work in your flow, people buy into you. People buy into you and whatever the fuck you got going. If they trust you, whatever you selling, if you can benefit them, if you can show them the transformation, they gonna get with it. Let me get back to this. I'm going to say it again. Flow is rooted in alignment and not achievement. It doesn't demand that you do more, but invites you to be more, right? Again, more connected, more present, more intentional, more spiritually awake, right? When you are in flow, the opportunities don't feel like a struggle. The clients come in because you're vibrating at your highest frequency. See, the ideas download, right? When you are in your flow, the ideas will download because your mind is clear and not crammed with panic. When you're working in your flow, you ain't worried about shit. I'm not saying you unbothered, right? When I say you're not worried about nothing, when you working in your flow, you also walking in faith. And you know that everything that you said you wanted is already yours, right? So when you are working in flow, you attract people, money, clarity, and favor because you're not begging for it. You're aligned with it when you are in flow. And here's the gag. Grind is just fear in disguise. When you grind out, what you're saying is, I don't think no more money coming in. What you're saying is, I got to get this shit today because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. When you grind out to the point where you exhausted and your eyes about to fall out your goddamn head and you don't know what day it is, that is fear. You understand me? And it's the fear that says if I stop, it'll all fall apart. Huh? That fear tells you if I rest, someone else will get ahead. Or if I don't prove my worth, I'll be forgotten. But I want you to know this, you are not Amazon Prime and you do not have to perform to be valuable. What if I told you the most successful women I know are non-negotiable, have a non-negotiable rest practice? What if I told y'all that? One thing about me, two things for sure, I've always aligned myself with women that are in places that I want to be, right? I've always, even when I wasn't even thinking, even when I wasn't doing it on purpose, I always aligned myself. I always hung with older women, women who were in places that I wanted to be, that I admired their lives, and I would always align myself with them, not run up behind them, not be a groupie, but align myself with them. You understand what I'm saying? And so when I started working in corporate America after I got my master's degree at a young age, I started doing that, right? I wasn't up my supervisor's ass. I don't want to be the supervisor. Bitch, I'm talking to the manager. I'm talking to the person that's over you. I don't want to be the supervisor. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And if the CEO was available, if I could have a one-on-one talk with the CEO once a month, I'm gonna schedule that too. What the fuck I'm gonna be at the supervisor's ass for? Girl, I'm just 1 year away. I'm one evaluation away from having your goddamn job. I'm not doing that, right? So when I aligned myself with the places where the women that I wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? I started walking in, like I started watching them and walking how they do. And I was like, yo, all this shit about getting up at 5 a.m., going to the gym, drinking 2 gallons of water a day, and you just up working for 18 hours. They didn't do no shit like that. These women got their rest. These women was like, look, the day is over for me at 6 o'clock. I'm going home, kicking up my feet, and I'm gonna watch my favorite show. And I'm like, well, how the fuck is you doing that? You got to you at some point you wasn't doing that, but here's the deal. When they decided to walk in their favor and their faith and their flow, shit started happening for them. Now, and I know a lot of y'all be like, "Oh, coach, every time I log on, you all log on." Well, no, that ain't true. If you log on at certain times, I like to work overnight. That's my jush. That's when my downloads happen because y'all ain't fucking with me overnight. Y'all not texting my phone at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So everything is quiet. I ain't got Zenny Poo FaceTiming me talking about, hey girl. I ain't got none of that happening at that time in the morning. So that's the time in the morning that works best for me. A lot of y'all mistake this as, oh, she grinding, she hustling. No, bitch. I just like being up. But I also gonna go to sleep and stay in the bed to 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hell, y'all might have tax appointments tomorrow, and I'm probably pretty sure I'm gonna call you, and I'm still gonna be in the goddamn bed. I'm allowed to do that. I'm in my flow. If I don't want to work tomorrow, I won't. And I'm not scared that, oh, if I cancel my appointments or reschedule, people ain't gonna fuck with me. If they don't, that's okay. My rest comes first. I can't give you what I ain't got. You understand me? What if I told you that millionaires don't hustle, they hire? Question of the day. What if I told you that millionaires don't hustle, they hire? How many people believe that? I'm gonna say this again. If you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be a millionaire, you need to get up, you need to write out a plan. You need to write out, listen, when you writing out your $1 million budget, work with me. I did this. When you writing out your $1 million budget, right? Right, or your $1 million, right? This is what I'm gonna do with this $1 million when I make it. I also want you to flip the page and I want you to create you a $1 million team. Millionaires don't hustle, they hire. You hear me? Because in order to be a millionaire and stay a millionaire, you have to have vision. You have to be 10 steps ahead of what the client wants, right? You have to be a visionary and you have to have other people carry that out for you. A lot of y'all, how many of y'all been paying attention to my social media? How many people have noticed that my social media, it's been a lot more posts, a lot more shit going on? Yes, no, maybe so. How many people follow me on several on other platforms except for TikTok? Anybody? Yeah, you saw that shade? Right. All my shit popping. All my shit popping. You have all my shit popping. Why? I'm not sitting up here fucking with no scheduling. I'm not on here on Hootsuite. I'm not up here on Hootsuite. Absolutely not. I hire people to do that shit. Absolutely not. I wish the fuck I would. I know how to create images of myself with Gemini and different outfits. I ain't. You love all the updates? You welcome and ain't. For what? I hired somebody to do that. So when all that posting and shit happening, I'm asleep. That's why a lot of y'all be like, oh, she stayed grinding, she on the grind. Absolutely not, bitch. I'm asleep. Okay? I'm asleep. Huh? I listen, I sit down for about 2 hours. Let me tell y'all, I sit down for like 2 hours on a Saturday or a Sunday. I decide what everybody, and I have a nice, healthy staff now. I decide what I need everybody to work on for the week. I have project deadlines that I set at the end of every month for the upcoming month. And I have times when they check in and I be sleep. And I wake up and I check my phone and I check my text messages or my WhatsApp or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, oh, okay. The only thing that I'm not grinding, the only thing that I'm working on actively is credit and taxes. But all this social media shit, all these different posts and creative, absolutely not. None of it. Hell, I be looking at my social media like, damn, listen, okay, listen. I be looking at my content like, damn, you did that, daddy. You did that. All these books that I've been sleeping on, these books that I've been sitting on, babe, bitch, I'm about to come out with about 5 books this year. They all getting formatted, covers and everything, right? Millionaires don't hustle, they hire. Okay. So when you write out your $1 million plan, make sure to turn that page and create you a $1 million team and decide what it is that you need, what it is that you want. Who is going to help you get to the next level? And I'm here to tell you, your family ain't it. Now I know I'm getting off topic, but let me go ahead and put that shit out there. Your family, when you making your $1 million team, absolutely the fuck not. That ain't it. No. Mm-mm, not at all. Let me go back to this. Listen, I also want to tell you this that the most magnetic, healed, spiritually rich women are not the ones doing the most. They're the ones that doing what matters most. I'm gonna say this again. The most magnetic, healed, spiritually rich women are not the ones that do the most. They ain't the ones that got their hands in everything. Those are the ones that are doing what matters the most. Not only what matters the most to other people, but what matters the most to them, right? So I want you to know that it is time to trade your hustle in for harmony. It is time to trade grind in for grace. It is time to trade urgency for overflow. And listen, I'm not saying don't work. I'm not saying, but listen, the point that I had, listen, it takes you have to have financial foundation. You have to take different financial steps to get to the point where you can hire people, right? It's called a financial foundation. And, I teach y'all that and how to make 5K in 30 days, and we go from there. So please, please, please understand that when I first started 5 years ago, I didn't have a team of nobody. It was a team of me 5 years ago, right? And then I had people. It was crazy because the people who came in to help me were my clients and not my friends, not people I've been knowing. The people who were like, hey, I want to help you. I see what you're doing. I see where you're going with this. Let me help you. What you need help with were actually clients. And some of my clients then turned into employees. right? My clients turned into employees and we went from there. So I'm not telling you not to work. What I'm saying is you have to have a vision. You have to have a plan. Don't have a plan just to make $1 million, but have a plan to make a million teams. See, I realized when I got to about the 200 mark, the 200, 250 mark, that I needed a team. Either I was going to work all day, every day, or I was going to get a team so I could rest. And when I got a team, and see, that means stepping out on faith when you start hiring people, because here's the deal: in order to hire people, you got to live below your means. Meaning, if you get to the point where you're making $250,000 every year on your own, you should not be having $200,000 worth of expenses. You're going to have to pipe the fuck down and get a team and stay in where you at for 6 months. Listen, I'm giving y'all real game right here. Well, if you get to the point where you're making $250,000 and you do not have a team yet, a lot of people can make that on their own, right? And you don't have a team. I need you to go ahead and start hiring a team. You hire somebody, listen, you hire somebody that's going to be a buffer between you and the people. So you hire an assistant, an executive assistant, or a virtual assistant. You hire somebody to help you with your social media, and you hire somebody who is going to help you with sales and email funnels. Now I'm giving y'all some real life game. This shit ain't in the book. I'm talking to you from experience, right? So you have at least three people: somebody to help you on the artistic side, somebody to help you with the client communication, and someone to help you organize what it is that you're trying to do. That person, that assistant that you hire, that is going to become your mini me. And I don't mean mini me as in no Farnsworth Bentley bullshit. What I mean is you are going to train them to look for what it is that you need in your staff. They will be able to interview people and hire people. You should remove yourself from that, because now you, in order to get from $250,000 to $500,000, bitch, you need vision. On gang, on God, you need vision. Huh? You need vision, and you need people that's going to help you get there, right? And the people that you hire, stop hiring people because you like them. Hire people because you like what they do. Hire people that do the shit that you need them to do better than you do it. Yeah. Yeah. I know how to make images with Gemini. I know how to make AI images, but I'm not gonna hire somebody that's on my level. I hire somebody who does it much better than I do. Right? I know how to do email funnels and all that good shit. I had to learn that myself way back when I first started. But I hire a bitch that's a professional. I know how to build a website, but what is it gonna cost my time for me to sit here and build a website when I can just pay you per hour to do it? Yeah. So if you don't listen to nothing else I'm saying, I'm telling you how to get it. I'm telling you how to get it. You ain't got to take 5 years to get there like I did. It took me 3.5 years to make $1 million on my own, right? You ain't got to do all that. I'm gonna give you game. Listen, real quick before we go any further, because I'm about to end this class. Because if I don't, I might have to be up to 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning talking to clients. I want you to do this. If you haven't done so already, I want you to go check out my new website, which is go.iamcoachmissy.com. Go.iamcoachmissy.com. This is what it looks like right here. If you have not joined the higher self circle, if you are ready to spark a new identity and become something new, listen and walk in your flow, join the higher self circle. Go ahead and visit the site, y'all. I want y'all to give me your honest opinion. Tell me what you think. Go ahead and click on the buttons and see what we got going. So we got some new services. All of the businesses I have are listed now on one page, and product is back. And I'm giving y'all free shipping for the month of February just to say, hey, I love you. Product is back, right? And then private readings and all that stuff. So I want y'all to go and check it out and tell me what it is that you like. Also, boom, same thing goes over here for Facebook and YouTube. Is go.iamcoachmissy.com. If nothing else, go get the free reset guide. All right, y'all. Listen, um, to finish off this chapter, I was saying that I'm not telling you, I'm not, and that's why I kind of went left, because I'm not saying don't work. I'm not saying lay in your bed and just hope some shit happen. What I'm saying is let your work be rooted in your calling, not in your coping. All right. Listen, don't let grind culture gaslight you out of your softness. Because the truth is, your softness is where your spiritual power lives. All right. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm going to go ahead. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and leave y'all with this, and then I'm done. Going back to the today's lesson of girl, stop fucking explaining yourself. Okay. I'm going to say that. You don't owe clarity to people who disrespect your limits. I'm going to take a sip. Another one. I'm going to say it again. You don't owe clarity to people who disrespect your limits. Here's another one. You don't owe comfort to people who drain you. Okay. And you don't owe explanations for choosing yourself. I want you to say less. They ain't done what the kids say less. I want you to practice that starting today. Say less. Huh? Hush up. Hush up. Shh. Get quiet. Hmm? I want you to stand firmer and move like you trust yourself. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to say this to you. Stop fucking explaining yourself. All right? All right. Listen, I'll see you at go.iamcoachmissy.com. Listen, y'all might as well go ahead and sign up. Happy Friday. Go ahead and get into the higher self circle and let me help you. Okay. Because, bitch, are we going to do this another year? Please come on in. The homework is posted, and I'll be live in the circle tomorrow. And we're going to go ahead and do our introductions. Also, I have decided that the event that I used to hold called Manifest, we will transition in that into the highest self circle. So we will have a higher self circle graduation every January. So starting January 2027, we will go back to our MLK Day weekend, but that will be the highest self circle. Now everybody is invited to come out to the listen, the highest self circle 2027. That's the highest self conference. Everybody is welcome. And the people who complete my 12-month program will have their official graduation there. Their official graduation will be at the highest self conference. So go ahead and get started. Now you say, well, wait a minute, what if I join in July? Well, bitch, how fast can you do the work? Okay. And if you offended by me calling you bitch, I don't know your name. Girl, get the fuck on. Okay. I cuss for a living at this point. Any questions, concerns, or comments that anyone has for me right now? Any questions, concerns, or comments about the programs that I have, about what we're doing and where we're going? Speak now, forever hold your peace. You can also join my live and talk to me. I'm gonna go ahead and stay on the live for another 6 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and log out. Questions, concerns, or comments. Again, the highest self conference will be in January. That will replace Manifest, and it will be based on my new book, The 48 Laws of Overflow, and of course my teachings in the highest self circle. Now all of the master classes that I teach during the week are all geared towards the highest self circle. So if you cannot join right now, I don't know your finances, only you do. If you cannot join right now, I urge you to come to the free classes, the free master classes that I do on Mondays, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I also do a free master class on Sunday now. So we do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. The only days that I don't do master classes are Wednesday and Saturday. So that's 5 days of master classes. Come and get this information. Come soak it up. Come use it. I promise you, the shit that I'm telling you to do, if you change your frequency, you're gonna change your pockets. When you change your frequency, you change your money. You listen, when you stand on business, your money, I swear to God, your money get better when you start standing on business. You know why? Because you don't let people drain you. See, when people drain you, either people are going to drain you financially or they're going to drain you mentally. And if they don't drain you financially, but mentally, then you will drain yourself financially trying to make you feel better for what the fuck you going through. That's where you get the emotional spending from. I'm talking from experience. You either gonna eat yourself into happiness or you gonna buy yourself into happiness. Either way, you're gonna be fucked up. So you want your finances to get better? You say where are them quotes at, coach? Are they in the book? What quotes? The quotes what? The shit I just dropped today? What quote you need? I did. I wrote the quotes. A lot of the shit was just off the top of the dome, but the book has a lot of things in there. Yeah, the book has a lot of stuff in here, but a lot of shit I was just saying. The book has a lot of stuff in here as well. Any other questions? Y'all can go to Amazon and just type in "girl fuck you" book, and it'll come right up. Get your book on Amazon. I'm not about to read this. It say no is a full damn sentence. Yeah, get the book. Go to Amazon and type in "girl fuck you," book, and it'll come right up. Y'all, listen, if you do have the book, I want you to read page 121. It's the breakup letter to people pleasing. And you actually have an exercise to actually write a breakup letter to people pleasing. And you're going to do some, it's the book will tell you what to do. All right. All right, y'all. Listen. All right. Well, listen, that's enough for me. I guess we don't have any questions. I want to thank y'all for joining me today. Go click the link in my bio. Check out the Higher Self Circle. There is a 7-day trial for the Higher Self Circle. So you can get in there, look around, do some of the homework, and make that shit do what it do. If you need your taxes done, let's go ahead and pivot real quick. If you need your taxes done, first of all, shout out to y'all. Cause y'all hoes showed up and showed out. I sent out them emails and posted a couple things about me having some more tax appointments. And baby, y'all was not fucking around at all. Not at all. So I got 16 appointments today. Shout out to y'all. Y'all was not fucking around. Y'all booking them. Listen, if you are a single person, if you have no dependents and you normally owe taxes, you might want to sign up. Huh? If you are a high earner, if you have make over 60, even at this point, if you have children and still make over 60, $70,000, at the end of the day, if you think you go owe taxes, you might want to call. I have a system of strategic filing. Listen, everything is up on the up and up over here. I've had my tax firm for 3 years. I've been a certified preparer for 20 and an actual tax business owner for 3. So listen, come on to, and the business is called Oh no more taxes.com. You said, am I going to extend the appointments for a little later? I still don't have all my W-2s. Right now I'm just doing it week by week. And I still have some appointments going into, I think, right before Valentine's Day. So I'm gonna do it week by week at this point. But I ain't just gonna just have an open calendar. I'm gonna tell you this: after Valentine's Day, I'm only gonna do taxes 2 days a week. That's it. 2 days a week after Valentine's Day. So go ahead and make your appointments. I also do prior year amendments and also do file prior taxes. Okay. All right, listen, the credit repair, I know we really ain't been talking about it. I understand with this economy, everybody waiting to get their tax money or whatever the case may be, but credit repair is buy one, get one free. And it is the promotion ended on January 31st. And I'm going to roll out the affiliate program later on today. So even if you are not a credit repair customer, if you are not a budget rebate customer, I'm still going to give you a chance to earn some extra money just for posting. And again, if you need me to hold your hand, this ain't what this is. If you need me to hold your hand, this ain't what this is. We all know somebody with bad motherfucking credit. Just send them the shit and say sign up. So you can get a 2-for-1 on budgetwithbay.com. If you want a full credit sweep, you pay for yourself and then you get with, I'm gonna say, hey, who else you gonna get this to? So you and your homegirl can get better credit. You and your kids, some of y'all grown ass kids need it. All right. So uh any service you buy, well, any a program you buy, whether it's TransUnion, Experian, or all three, it's buy one, get one. All right. Any other questions, concerns, or comments? I think I have talked about everything I needed to talk about. Anything else? If not, YouTube, Facebook, thank you so much. Share this with somebody just might change their life. We'll be back later on tonight with some funky Fridays. You say, wish I was in North Carolina. Why, friend? What that got to do with anything? To do what? What do you need done? Because I do taxes virtually. What you need done? My credit repair is virtual. Book an appointment. What we doing? All right. Listen, thank you so much. Cheers to somebody just might change their life. Stay blessed.